Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Thursday. It was a great day outside. I didn't get out much. I got out a little bit, but I was still working in my my place, doing a project, and it's going to take a little while to get finished. But I'm keeping busy. Glad you're all here with me, and let's start off our class. Bottom flag, the masters. Each other, step out. Hey! And a little jog. So today we're going to go over Adult Yellow Belt syllabus. And we're going to try to work in a couple of areas that we're going to play with. So combination 2 we're going to work with kind of in depth. And Candid Defiance, we're going to play around with a little bit as well. And we're going to go over basic techniques for the Adult Yellow Belt syllabus. Now, the Adult Yellow Belt syllabus also translates to some of the kids, and kids at the Orange Belt level, and maybe some, I think just about it, Orange, maybe Purple Belt technique. So we're going to go over each of those things. I'll name them out. And if you don't know them, practice along anyways. Jumping jacks. Every opportunity to learn is important. One of the things about the techniques, it's not that the techniques necessarily have to be learned where they're taught for the curriculum. A lot of it's just a placeholder. And stop. Some techniques are built on each other, but for the most part, the order isn't as important as just learning material and coming to understand it. So that's what's really kind of important here. So let's work on a stretch. Head to the right, head to the left, head to the right, head to the left, look to your right, look to your left, look to your right, look to your left. Eyes forward, chin up, and down, chin up, and down, and let your head roll side to side. Circle your arms in. Now everyone should try to warm up a little bit before class. This is just so that we can get our muscles moving more than anything else. Front and back, not really designed for good stretching technique, or not so much good, but for making improvement on your stretching. We did that last Friday. We'll do that again tomorrow. We'll do some stretching. We'll work on some sparring drills as well. Lean to the right. Lean to the left. Lean to the right. Lean to the left. Put your hands on your back. Look up and push your elbows back. Look down. Pull your arm across. Pull your fingers down. Palm is up. Grab your fingers. Pull them down. Pull your arm across, grab at your elbow, pull this across your body. Hand up, palm up, pull your fingers down. Shake them up and down. Hands on the hips, roll them around. Change directions. Lean back. Reach down, touch your knees. Rub them. Roll them around. Change directions. up, lean back slightly, and let your arms come down. As you breathe out, bring your hands down to your knees, past your knees to your ankles, middle of your shins. Come back up, breathe in, and breathe out. Reach down, touch your ankles. Most of the time when I do my stretching on a 3-breath count. Breathe in, breathe out 3 times, but it's a long breath. It's fill the lungs and slowly let it out. And then come back up, breathe in. Reach down, touch the toes. And last time, come up. Very good. Legs apart, windmills. Excellent. Have a seat. So from here, arms out to your sides, and bring your knees over. Just let it rest. You want to try to keep your shoulders on the ground while you're doing this. And switch to the other side. Switch again. And switch again. So from here, put your foot up on your knee and hold your leg. Push your knees gently away from you. I'm going to turn. So I'm going to hold my ankle. I'm just going to push this knee away. Switch sides. Switch again. Now you can bring, this leg I can bring down all the way down to my hip and push. The other side doesn't do so good. Too many injuries. And things have not healed well. Switch. Good. So, again, you're going to put yourself out. You're going to pick up a leg, and you're going to reach it towards your extended hand. Now, keep the other hand on the ground. I mean, you could reach over, and this arm would come up. I want to keep this on the ground and slowly try to bring my foot down. If I have to, I can grab my pant leg, and I'm just going to help pull it down. Come back up, bring it over. Again, just hold on. That just helps me to be able to bring it over. I got at least both sides touching. So, something to work on. Very good. So, let's get on to our combination 2. Now, we're going to go over combination 2 in the pieces, and we're going to start putting it on the octagon for movement. So, let's just take it as a stationary movement right now. So hammer block out, circle in front with a hammer strike, a vertical punch, and another punch, and we're going to do a horizontal punch. That's the way it was set up originally in the NCK system. So hammer block out, circle it down and around, hammer, vertical. The way I've always kind of remembered that is after you do your hammer, now bring this straight down and in front of your body. You don't want to come on this side, there's nothing to protect over here. You bring it in front of your body because that's what needs protecting. I do a hammer, now I throw a vertical punch, they're both in the same position. The hammer and the vertical punch, they kind of look alike. So that's one of the ways I help to remember. And hammer strike, that's why I do it for teaching purposes. Hammer block, bring it down in front of your body, hammer strike, punch, punch. Block, hammer strike, punch, punch. Block, circle, punch, punch. Now, keep this out, bring this one up. Inverted block, and you're going to pull your shoulder into it. Circle, use your hip, hammer, punch, punch. Block, use your hip to move your arm. Then vertical punch, horizontal punch. Block, 1, 2, punch. Block, 1, 2, 3. Block, hammer, vertical punch, horizontal punch. Block, I'm going to use my body rotation here, then rotate my body for here, and another body rotation. So there's a lot of hip work. And this 1, 2, one right after the other, and then finish punch. Block, 1, 2, punch. So that's doing it stationary. And a lot of the kids, that's what you work on, that's what I want you to play with. But we're going to play with some moving now with it. So everybody can jump in on this. I'm going to be using my octagon. I'm going to use that square. If you can pretend you got a square in front of you, if you got a square down, that's great. So from here, I think I'm going to do it facing in this direction. So I'm going to step straight ahead on my square. Here's my block. Make my hammer strike, punch, step through punch. So that's just working that whole one angle. Block, and I'm going to just shift my body weight back. 1, 2, punch. So that's working the one angle. So we're going to step in on the right side. Block right, circle, hammer, punch 1, step, punch 2. Come back to ready. On the left side, block, hammer, punch, step through punch. This is one of my favorite techniques. This is probably my favorite technique of everything that I've ever learned. Very versatile. I've done a couple of seminars teaching this very particular technique, spending half an hour, 40 minutes just doing this technique in all of its applications. Well, not all of them, but enough of them to say how versatile this technique is. And that's actually the name of the seminar. It's called Versatility. So we're going to change it up slightly. Now we're going to go back and forth with this. This is how the technique was designed by Professor Nixerio. It's block, draw back to a cat stance. So we're going back from one angle to two angle, hammer punch, step through punch. So it's really kind of similar. We were blocking and rocking our body weight back. This time we're going to block and bring the whole body back. Hammer punch, step through punch. Going to do it on the right side. Block, draw back, same circle, hammer, punch, step through punch. back to your ready position, step on the left, block, come back, hammer punch, step through punch. One more time on the right side, block, coming back, hammer punch, step through punch. So I've got different points of the octagon. I've gone front and back angle with this now. We're going to work on the front corners. So I'm going to block, and as I turn around, I'm going to step back to the corner, hammer, punch. So step forwards, going to draw back. This is going to deflect. In this case, I'm actually going to catch his arm, hammer, punch, and strike again. So block. I'm going to turn my body, step back and hammer. The person's right here. And then punch them and punch again. I can step in if they move, right? So this is a very in-tight technique. I'm going to block and I'm going to grab their arm here, wrap up their arm. So that's what that hammer part is all about. Now I can't do the hammer strike because their arm is there, but I bring it up. And as I step back, I'm going to be pulling them over, punch them, and punch them. So that's how we're going to work this. You block, you wrap up their arm, you're going to make them move right to where you were standing, punch, punch. So, stepping forwards, block, wrap it up, take your foot, step back to the corner, 2 punches. On the side, block, wrap up their arm, step back as you twist. That's going to pull them across. Punch 1, punch 2. So, another idea, right? So we're going to block. As I do this movement here, I block the punch, kick comes. I'm going to move, block the kick, hammer, punch here. So I step in and block, step back to the side, hammer, punch, punch. So I go forwards, my back leg is going to step to the sideline as I do my hammer punch, and then I follow through punch. One more time, I block as I step back. So I've got 2 blocks going on here. 1, 2, and punch. So again, we're going to go back corners now. So I'm going to go forwards here, and I'm going to go back corner here. 1, 2. It's pretty similar. It's not as drastic a turn. So block, back, hammer, punch, punch. Block. Bring this down, hammer, punch, punch. Block. Circle, hammer, punch, punch. Oh, I didn't step that time, right? Block, shift to the corner. So all I'm going to do is just move my foot in another side. Punch, punch, and punch. And then back to the original technique. Block, draw back, 1, 2, and punch. So that's combination 2, playing a whole bunch of different angles. There's a whole bunch of different things we can be doing with that. There's blocking, there's grabbing, there's variety of techniques that come off of that. If you pay attention, coiling snake. Let's go over that technique right now. Coiling snake is combination 2. Okay? So if I stop and consider, right? So I'm going to step forwards, then I do my hammer block, and I do my circle, there's my hammer, and then I punch to the body. I didn't finish up with the second punch, but coiling snake is combination 2. But I'm just doing it from someone grabbing my shoulders, and here's my hammer block, and I grab their arms, and that's the circle that comes up. Then I punch. I could punch again too, but the arm is holding on, right? So, coiling snake. So let's do coiling snake a couple of times. I'm going to do it from the back. So I'm going to take my right foot and I'm going to step across. If I step straight ahead and I try to turn, I've twisted my hips, my body, and I'm going to be out of balance. So I want to step into this diagonal so that when I turn, my hips line up and I'm in a stronger stance. So step, grab, uppercut. Walk away, coiling snake. Ready? One more time. I'm going to step. I'm good. It doesn't have to go right or left. This is a symmetrical attack. So you go to the side you're strongest. If you're a lefty, you're going to step with your left leg, use your right, so you can punch with your left hand. I'm a righty. I'm going to step right so I can punch with my right hand. So that's coiling snake. Rotating destruction, B. So stomp, 1, 2. That has nothing to do with combination 2, but it's a back attack. Someone's attacking you from the rear, which is why I kind of put it in with coiling snake, because we're working on backside attacks, right? So stomp here, 1, 2, walk away, coiling snake. Rotating destruction B. I'm stuck on coiling snake. Stomp down. That's going to loosen up that grip a little bit so you can rotate and really use your body to make that hit and hit. Now, when we're doing that elbow strike, start with front position and you push your fist. Once you've hit the side, then change it so that your front position is now with the other hand. And then you push. This is going to let you push your fist. Otherwise, we're doing it like this, but you don't have the same body rotation. You get to use both your arms a little bit more effectively. So, stomp down, I do my front position, and I do my elbow strike. Switch the hands, elbow strike, I walk forwards because the person's behind me, right? Kick out. So this is multiple person attack scenario. There's 2 people grabbing you, you're getting punched. They're grabbing your arm and your wrist. So you're going to front kick, side kick, same leg. You're going to pull your arm out, kick and pull your own arm out. So again, I'm being grabbed. Chances are you're not going to get all stretched out. People like to keep it a little bit tighter, I think. If they're all stretched out, it's actually a little bit easier to be able to get out, I think, because you're going to be able to use more momentum, right? So kick, kick, pull, pull, and you get out of there, kick out. Hammering vice. So trap across, step back and punch, in block. Now, you can use this a lot against lapel grab, you can use it against a choke. It's taught from a choke. You can use it against a variety of ideas. Trap the hand, step back, punch to the body, loosen them up. That might be enough. Do your in block, hit above the elbow at the tricep, okay? It's right at the base of the tricep. So trap, strike, walk away, hammering vice. Let's go into hand of defiance. So, hand of defiance, step, and then palm, right? Now, if you take a look at it, it's combination 2 again, right? I'm moving forward, same leg, same hand, except this time I'm doing it as a knife hand strike, and I'm following up with a palm. So it has a common beginning to combination 2. Then from here, I'm going to step back to the corner, and they're going to pull the person down. So we're going to just play with pushing palm, hand of defiance. It would be knee and elbow. That's hand of defiance. So let's do the technique, I guess, right? Block, palm, grab, knee, elbow. Whether you step forwards or back depends upon where the person is, okay? When I'm by myself, I tend to step back. If I'm working with a person, I'm going to put my leg down so that I can be able to do the technique to the person more effectively, right? So, block, strike, grab, knee, and elbow. I'm going to switch sides. So I'm going to face this direction. I'm going to step left, block, palm strike. Grab, knee, elbow. Practice the other side, right? Step right, block right, and palm strike left. Grab, knee, elbow. So that's the technique. We're going to play with pieces of that right now. And we're going to look at it as pushing palms. So I'm going to block palm strike here, turn palm strike here, and then down the middle. So it's the same opening here. So I block this punch and I hit their face. They throw another punch, block, hit the face again. And then turn right back down the middle, hit the face again. So we're going to, instead of going against the arms as pushing palms, I'm going to go to the face, face, face. So hand to defiance is pushing palms. So 1, 2, 3. Again, that's just play with it, you know. It's what we call recess time. That's what Professor Hachi Bruce Jetnick, very fond of saying. We work on something, now it's recess. Play with it. And trust me, you'll learn a lot when you play with it. But you gotta do the work, okay? If you don't put in the time, you're not gonna learn any of the cool stuff that's in there. So, Pinion 1 is the kata, and we have that on our YouTube channel. So we'll go over, you can go over to that, check that out. We've done menacing twirl. Let's just go over that. I'm going to do it from the back. So roundhouse punch comes in, I do a block, left front kick, turn, and back kick. Walk away. So let's try menacing twirl. So I'm going to step to my right in cat stance. And I'm going to turn my hips to point at the person. Block, front kick, turn, back. Walk away, menacing twirl. Block, kick, menacing twirl. What else do we have on the list? Circling fists. Circling fists. We're not covering the weapon defenses today. We're just going to do circling fists. Punch, spin through, hammer, and punch. If we take a look at what we were playing with when we were doing this technique, there's a lot of that inside of this. So, 1, turn, hit, punch. Vertical punch, hammer, punch. Circling fists. So, last thing I want to do before we, something we don't do in class a lot, as a matter of fact, probably haven't done it at all, it's how to fold up a gi. And I don't know if I can, I'm going to try to do it here. So, there is a methodology to folding a gi, and I'm going to grab an extra pair of pants from over here. Let's see. So when you take your jacket off, now you don't have to do this right now, but refer to it later. Try it. You're going to lay it flat on the ground. Fold it over, just like you would if you were wearing it, so your school patch side is on top. Put the arms out, make this look like nice and smooth like that, right? From here, bring that in, bring that in. Sometimes people, it depends on how big, they'll bring it over a little bit. I tend to just keep it so all the seams are all the same. Your pants, fold them in half. Well, start with them here, right? Do this, and you'll end up with this, I always call it the nose or the horn that sticks out here. Fold it in half. And then you're going to fold it in half the long way. You're going to put it down in the middle. Now, the part with the horn is going to be in the middle. I go over and over, so it's in thirds. And lastly, I'm going to fold it in half. There's two different ways of using your belt at the end. You can tie it the way you would tie your belt. You put your square knot, and then you just get a handle to carry it, or you actually make it with a handle to carry. And the part that's got the loop, stick this through, and then you can carry your uniform this way too. So it depends on, but if you're trying to store it, to put it away, let's say between classes, you should do it with the fold and tying it like you would tie your belt. And that's folding uniform. Maybe I'll do a short little video and put it on in a little bit more detail. But I wanted to show that. I know we don't cover it very much. It's part of the etiquette that we have in our school. So we covered over most of the yellow belt for adult syllabus. We went into combination 2, played with it on the octagon. We did handed defiance. We played with that a little bit. All your techniques you should be able to do the same thing with. Put them to a challenge. Instead of doing it in one direction, start and use your footwork slightly differently. We got a sign in the dojo that's up there. It says, don't do it different, do it differently. It's all the same. And it's pretty much true. The longer you do this, the more everything looks kind of the same. One of the things that Sensei Matoshi was known to say is, when you're looking at different martial arts, don't look for the differences. Look for the similarities. And I know that's not quite his quote. I don't have it right in front of me, so I don't remember it exactly. But basically it comes down to, look for what's the same. And there's a lot that we all share in common. So I'll leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed yourself today. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a little bit of stick work again with the rolling pattern, just to review it again. And we're going to do a good amount of stretching, and then we're going to cover over some sparring drills as just drill work, so we can play around with that. So thank you all. Let's finish up with bow the flag, and the masters, and to each other. I thank you all very much, and have a great day.